Samsung just quietly canceled the Galaxy Z Fold 8 you were expecting. Nobody noticed. In its place, two brand new folding phones, one wild name swap, and a price tag that might break the bank. By the time this video ends, you'll know exactly which Fold is real, which one to buy, and which one Samsung is scared of. Because on July 22nd in London, Samsung isn't just launching a phone, it's making its biggest bet in foldable history. And the leaks that just dropped, they explain exactly why Samsung is panicking about one company, Apple. Stick around because scene one of this story starts with Samsung breaking its own naming rules. For 7 years straight, Samsung owned the foldable phone game. No real competition, no pressure. Then Apple confirmed it. A foldable iPhone is coming this September. And Samsung suddenly changed its entire strategy. Instead of one new Fold this year, Samsung is releasing two at the exact same time for the first time ever. One tall and familiar, one wide and totally new. And here's where it gets confusing. For months, leakers called the tall one the Z Fold 8 Ultra and the wide one the Z Fold 8 Wide. Simple, right? Except a Bluetooth database filing just revealed Samsung renamed them at the last minute. The wide one, the brand new design, is now just called the Galaxy Z Fold 8. And the tall, traditional successor to last year's phone, that one is now the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra. Confused yet? You're not alone. Even tech journalists are still arguing about which name applies to which phone. So for the rest of this video, just remember, Ultra means tall and camera-focused. Fold 8 means wide and tablet-like. Why does Samsung care so much about a wide, tablet-shaped phone? Because that's exactly the shape its rival is rumored to be copying. And that single strategic bet? It might be the smartest move Samsung has made in a decade. Here's why. See, Samsung isn't waiting for the rival foldable to launch. Leaks say they're beating it to shelves by 2 full months. And leaked factory renders confirm the tall Ultra model looks almost identical to last year's Z Fold 7. That's not laziness, it's confidence. Why redesign the thinnest, most refined foldable already on the market? Leaks suggest the Ultra could measure just 4.1 millimeters when unfolded, thinner than most non-folding phones. The frame is rumored to use armor aluminum, the same tough material Samsung puts on its toughest flagships. And the cover screen? Expected to be protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2, tougher than the glass on most phones today. Water and dust resistance is expected to sit at IP48. Solid, but maybe not the full protection hardcore users want. Some insiders even whisper the Ultra could jump all the way to IP68, matching Samsung's toughest non-folding flagship. Now let's talk about the phone nobody's seen before, the wide Fold 8. And trust me, this one's different. When it's folded shut, it's short and wide, almost like a passport, nothing like a traditional fold. But unfold it and it opens into a 4x3 tablet screen, built to make wide videos look right for once. On last year's Z Fold 7, widescreen videos got squeezed with big black bars. Samsung says that problem is finally solved. It's a completely different philosophy. One fold built for zoom and photography, one built for watching and multitasking. And Samsung isn't guessing here. Supply chain reports say they've already ramped up production to nearly 1 million wide units.
That's not a cautious test run. That's a company betting big on an entirely new phone shape. So which design actually wins? Honestly, it depends entirely on how you use your phone. But there's one upgrade both phones reportedly share, one that Fold owners have been begging for since day one. Samsung Display just showed off tech that could make the crease nearly disappear. Let's get into it. At CES this year, Samsung Display quietly showed a panel using dual-layer ultra-thin glass and a laser-drilled metal plate. The result? Leaks suggest the visible crease could shrink by around 20% compared to last year's model. And if the full CES panel makes it into the final phone, that improvement could be even bigger. Now, let's talk numbers. The tall Ultra model is expected to keep its 7.6-inch inner display, with QHD plus resolution and a smooth 120Hz refresh rate for scrolling that feels buttery smooth.
The outer cover screen sits around 5.5 inches, giving you a full phone experience even when it's folded shut. Meanwhile, the wide Fold 8 flips the formula, a 4x3 inner screen and a 16x10 cover display. That wider cover screen is designed to feel more like using a normal smartphone, not a narrow strip of glass. Both displays are rumored to hit 120Hz too, so neither phone should feel like the budget option. There's also talk of a privacy display feature, something Samsung teased when asked about rising foldable prices. If real, that could let you view your screen normally while anyone glancing over your shoulder sees nothing. It's a small feature, but it hints at a bigger theme for this
generation. Refinement over reinvention. Samsung isn't trying to shock you this year. They're fixing the small annoyances that made you hesitate before. And one of the biggest annoyances? Battery life. Fold phones have always lagged behind flat flagships here. That's finally changing. Leaks and battery certifications both point to a serious capacity jump this year. The Ultra model is rumored to jump from 4,400 mAh all the way up to a confirmed 5,000. That's roughly a 14% increase, paired with 45-watt wired charging to actually top it up fast. And that's before we even talk about the camera jump that's about to make Fold owners very, very happy. Let's start with the tall Ultra model, because this one's getting a genuinely massive camera upgrade. Rumors point to a 200-megapixel main sensor, the same class of camera found on Samsung's top Ultra phones, alongside a massively upgraded 50-megapixel ultra-wide lens, replacing the weaker 12-megapixel sensor from last year. That single change has been one of the most requested fixes from Fold owners for years. Both cameras support 4K 60 frames per second video, with the rear cameras rumored to shoot up to 8K. The wide Fold 8, on the other hand, keeps things simpler. 2 rear cameras instead of 3. A 50-megapixel main sensor and a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, but no dedicated zoom lens at all. So if photography is your top priority, the leaks are clear. The Ultra is the one you actually want. Powering both phones? The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, Qualcomm's newest flagship chip built specifically for Galaxy devices. That means faster performance, better efficiency, and smarter on-device AI processing for both foldables. Speaking of AI, both phones are expected to launch with One UI 9, running on Android 17. And for the first time, Gemini AI is arriving on foldables before anywhere else in Samsung's entire lineup. That means multi-app AI automation, letting you run tasks across several apps at once with a single command. On a phone with an 8-inch canvas to work with, that kind of multitasking finally makes real sense. Samsung is also promising up to 7 U's of software updates, a big deal if you're spending this much money. Which brings us to the number everyone's actually worried about: the price. And it is not small. A global memory chip shortage is reportedly driving smartphone prices up across the entire industry, not just Samsung. And leaks suggest the top-tier model could blow past $2,700, making it one of the most expensive phones ever sold. Let's break down the actual numbers. The base 256GB Ultra model is rumored to start around $1,999. Step up to 512GB, and some reports put that closer to $2,300. And the top 1TB configuration, that's the one rumored to cross $2,700 because of the chip shortage. Meanwhile, the wide Fold 8 is expected to actually undercut the Ultra, positioned as the more affordable option. Though a few recent reports suggest that gap might be smaller than expected once official pricing lands. Either way, Samsung isn't launching these phones alone. 2 surprise companions are joining them on stage. First, the Galaxy Watch 9, an expected but welcome refresh to Samsung's wearable lineup. And second, something nobody predicted: Galaxy Glasses, made in collaboration with luxury eyewear brand Gentle Monster. These aren't AR glasses with screens. They're audio first, powered by Gemini AI, with open-ear speakers and no camera. That missing camera isn't a limitation. It's a deliberate choice, addressing the privacy concerns that plague smart glasses.
Pair them with your unfolded fold sitting on a desk, and you get hands-free AI without lifting a finger. It's Samsung positioning itself as an AI-first ecosystem company, not just a phone maker chasing specs. So the real question isn't which fold has better specs, it's which ecosystem you actually want to live inside. Because a rival foldable iPhone is still coming in September, reportedly with a similar wide tablet-like shape. Rumors say its version might feature an almost invisible crease, which could genuinely shake up this entire market. But its supply is reportedly constrained at launch, meaning good luck actually buying one on day one. Which means Samsung's 2-month head start, lower starting price, and mature software might actually matter more than raw specs. So should you actually buy one, wait for the rival, or skip this generation entirely? Let's settle it. If you love photography and zoom, the Ultra is the clear pick. It's the closest thing to a flagship camera in a fold. If you want a tablet that fits in your pocket for media and multitasking, the wide Fold 8 makes more sense. If price is your biggest concern, waiting for post-launch discounts might be the smartest move, just like every year before. And if a rival's ecosystem is where you already live, it might genuinely be worth the wait until September. Remember, none of this is official yet. Samsung takes the stage July 22nd in London, and we'll know everything for certain then. If this saved you from a confusing naming headache, a like genuinely helps, and subscribing means you won't miss the moment it all becomes official.